Whether audiences like a movie or not ultimately depends most on expectations. From Super Mario Bros. Movie, The Speaker Bombi 4, Venom: The Last Dance, or W. Bros.'s latest work, Minecraft Movie, there are always two separate streams of opinion. Those who dissect films with rational logic will easily find it terrible in every aspect. However, many people counter that one shouldn't search for artistic intent in entertainment. Therefore, to get a deeper look at Minecraft Movie, a typical example of current instant filmmaking, today, let's evaluate the film according to two different expectation levels. What online is jokingly called watching with your brain installed or removed. Adapted from one of history's most famous game titles, the film opens with character Steve, played by comedian Jack Black, confessing his passionate love for mines. One day, while mining, he accidentally finds a cube called the Orb of Dominance, along with an outer layer called Earth Crystal. Putting both together, a strange portal suddenly appears. Taking a risk by stepping into the space inside the blue light, before Steve appears an entire vast world built of cubes. Here, soil, stone, trees, mountain forms, pandas, and even zombies all take the shape of blocks. Freely interacting and creating items depending on creativity, Steve lives inside Overworld, building an entire kingdom for himself. That is, until he accidentally discovers the gateway to the Nether, a hell realm ruled by bloodthirsty piglins. These pig-like creatures have a powerful obsession with gold and relentlessly pursue Steve to get the Orb of Dominance. Imprisoned in hell, Steve asks his dog Dennis to hide the cube, and the story suddenly shifts to four other characters including siblings Henry and Natalie, real estate broker Don, and former gamer Garrett nicknamed the Muscleman. After a series of coincidental events, they also enter the overworld, join Steve, and together fight against the piglins. First, a weakness we can immediately see lies in the opening scene. For unclear reasons, right from the start, the film seems quite rushed, condensing Steve's overworld adventure into a summary that crams in too much world information. It also simultaneously introduces the villain Magosa and the piglin army's motives like a 10-minute trailer. In one scene, Steve introduces himself, and in the next, he's already a building master with no explanation. Worse yet, with equally rushed pacing, the film suddenly swerves to explore four brand new characters unrelated to the blue-shirted guy. It's not hard to see this opening is influenced by Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One, where player Parzival also narrates almost everything viewers need to know about the Oasis world. However, the difference between the two versions is that Parzival is a core player. But Steve, no matter how much they fast-forward his learning process, still only just discovered the Orb of Dominance 5 minutes earlier. The most obvious consequence is an overworld tour lacking depth when the guide himself isn't convincingly introduced. While watching, we're forced to make two assumptions. Either Minecraft is so easy that Steve can dance to music while building a vast amusement park with various materials we don't know how he found. Or second, he's a genius player. Unfortunately, in either case, the film's appeal is affected. The opening scene alone reveals a core issue: the approach screenwriters chose for the original game. Repeatedly praised as a work celebrating creativity, yet the nunchucks Garrett creates for comedic effect are most memorable. Otherwise, almost all equipment has already been discovered by Steve before the adventure begins. He just needs to show off and introduce. This is diamond armor. This is a sword. These are villagers. This is redstone. Meanwhile, viewers and the other four characters see very little of how the actual creative process took place. I wondered why the film didn't invest in genuine adventures for characters starting from zero, the way millions of players have approached Minecraft. The viral line, "First we mine, then we craft," isn't properly demonstrated when Steve acts like Doraemon the robot cat, just handing gadgets to supporting characters to instantly solve problems. Therefore, looking carefully, this isn't about entertainment versus academic film, whether viewers should overlook logic or not, but the direction filmmakers chose and its consequences. Minecraft Movie's writers chose the least labor-intensive approach, minimizing all challenges, covering everything with humor to mask this, thinking that being funny is enough, and wasting a whole portion of potential in the middle where characters should have actually researched and crafted equipment. Now think about how much time characters in the film actually spent learning about Overworld, the world they just entered. Isn't the Discovery team-up what makes Minecraft special? Shortcuts are also seen in how the film portrays the Fantastic Four with world-saving roles. We have young Henry as a miniature version of Steve, with a genius brain, coded to quickly become a pro player. His sister Natalie is equally impressive, able to chat while fighting zombies with a pickaxe by just the second night. And finally, there's Dawn, for whom I can't find any reason besides filling out the team roster. As we've seen, it's all a consequence of the approach. When the overworld doesn't present worthy challenges, characters have no room to perform, forced to inject jokes during the extremely leisurely journey to the finale. By the conclusion, everything is forced into a message similar to Ready Player One. Yes, the virtual world is free, but it's time to return to reality to solve our problems. A reasonable message only with execution that leaves no impact. Ultimately, it's not difficult to see the laziness inside Minecraft Movie, though it's quite cleverly hidden by comedian Jack Black's special acting ability. With a superficial world, weak script, and forgettable characters, I wouldn't be surprised if the film is nominated in several categories at this year's Golden Raspberry Awards. And indeed, it deserves at least one award. That was my review that might upset some viewers, but I think it's necessary to honestly assess the quality of films like Minecraft. As promised, in this next section, let's follow the producer's guidelines. Lower expectations to minimum, increase forgiveness to maximum, and try to find any joy existing in the movie's 1 hour and 40 minutes. First, something to know about director Jared H. is that he always chooses unusual, if not silly, characters. That's why his 2003 film Napoleon Dynamite, though not my favorite, stuck with me for a long time because the main character was peculiarly special. Minecraft also has such oddballs, notably Garrett. Central to the humor, this washed-up gamer is like a lost member of the Fast and Furious family, combining muscles with immortality in explosion scenes. He makes many jokes, and though they aren't great, I still laugh thanks to Jason Momoa's charming performance. This nonsensical humor actually suits Minecraft's shallow characters, making us find entertainment even in huge plot holes. Could it be, as some viewers theorize, that Jared H. deliberately made a bad film? We don't know, but I genuinely laughed and heard quite a few other laughs too. It's meaninglessly silly, and perhaps that's precisely where the American filmmaker is strongest. As someone who stopped gaming quite a long time ago, it would be dishonest to say Minecraft didn't bring some nostalgia, especially sitting in a theater where more than half were fans. The swords, trees, blocks, houses are all beautifully brought to screen. Especially, the movements of zombies and skeletons are quite lively. Sometimes we can even see irritated expressions on their faces. The film also pleases those who have played the game by including details like using water buckets to break falls, cooking chicken with lava, or how in Overworld the day-night cycle only lasts 20 minutes. They reminded me of many memories with Minecraft from school days, and I suddenly remembered that when playing, everyone must have wandered around building silly structures. So perhaps the characters are just acting like all of us who played the game? This thought, at least for me personally, made the film somewhat more endearing. There's a nice comment I read that a Minecraft movie seems made by a child who spent all day hugging an iPad playing Minecraft. So whether you find relaxing moments probably depends on your view of this child. For me personally, the most accurate description of a Minecraft movie is that it's like a superficial sightseeing train tour of Overworld's surface, saved by nostalgic scenery and humorous passengers. In conclusion, each viewer has the right to love or hate a film based on their own perceptions and expectations. There's nothing wrong if you demand a worthy adaptation from a creativity-worshipping brand like Minecraft, but we must also accept that the film's success is contributed significantly by being easy to watch, pleasant, and easy to laugh at. Minecraft is certainly a typical case of polarized reviews, especially when targeting young audiences. However, we also need to remember that studios are fully aware of audience leniency. If they see a large number of supporters despite producing only mediocre products, Warner Brothers will continue greenlighting scripts even worse than Minecraft next time. Why spend effort making a sophisticated work when customers easily compromise, right? The consequences need no reminder. Live-action adaptations are increasingly declining over time. Particularly, Minecraft struck literal diamond when recently many American theaters struggled with excessive audience reactions. Yes, I'm referring to memes embedded in the film, and just search YouTube, you'll find many viewers, both young and teenage, screaming with extreme excitement, seeing familiar images and phrases on screen. Of course, there are meaningful tributes like the detail honoring YouTuber Technoblade, but this makes concerns more legitimate when producers have discovered they only need to insert things currently viral on the internet, regardless of necessity to the film, to receive enormous response. The role of viewers is certainly extremely important. Personally, I have no right to tell you how to watch films, because cinema, besides being an art form, is also spiritual nourishment for everyone. So this issue is perhaps most reasonable if left for each viewer to decide. Those were Cinemata's impressions of a Minecraft movie, the film on track to become 2025's most successful blockbuster. If you have any opinions, leave them in the comments section so we can discuss. Now goodbye, and enjoy your movie watching.